prefer to be in a good shape than not, for sure. But overall, we know that Melbourne, it's another exercise. When you are on the FP1, the track is very green. That will have a huge track evolution between FP1 and Quali, and even Sunday, it means that we have to take it step by step, but it's a long way.
All right, Fred, thank you for that. Thanks to all of you. Let's now open this to the floor. Where are we going to go first? Scott.
Scott Mitchell from the races. To all three, Jonathan mentioned the issues in FP1. Just wanted to know how big a deal it was for your three teams. What were you missing? Was it just GPS? Was it more? And for Io and Fred, how much did GPS complicate things with a new driver in the car, maybe not quite used to FP1 and traffic and whatnot?
Yeah, for sure. Like onboard CDS is one of the main things we use. We give a constant feedback, and here at this track you got to ride the curves as well. So how you taking the curves, comparing against your competition reference driver is very, very important. So not having that system working at all definitely affected the team, especially the younger guys like Rio driving the car here in Mexico.
Overall, I think that it went pretty well, that we were able to manage the traffic 20 years ago without the GPS. And with 10 rookies on track, it's true. And the layout of the track is not an easy one for the traffic, with the very high speed section and the low speed section at the end. And it's quite often that we have issue, but it went very well today.
Yeah, I'd just say I was very pleased with the pit wall. They immediately split responsibilities, started looking at different jobs than they would do normally, and as a team actually we responded quite well to it, so I was encouraged today. On a personal level, it's really difficult not watching the onboards, that's how I get a feel for the performance of the car and how the drivers are coping with the circuit as well, so hopefully it will all be back up and running again for P2.
Thanks all. Who's next? Ian, please.
Thank you, Tom. Ian Parks, Racing News 365. Question for you, Jonathan. Jonathan, naturally you know Red Bull and Max very well. Have you been caught by surprise, though, in any way, shape or form at the charge that they've been able to mount over this second half of the season? And would you put it past them to go on, or Max in particular, to go on and win this year's driver's title?
Well, I wouldn't write Max Verstappen off in any situation I could imagine, but I can only liken it a little bit to the performance that Sauber put on the car this year. When the margins are so tight, maybe the difference isn't so huge. I know that team, and the team has strength and depth at every level, and I'm not surprised that they've been able to go on top of the issues. But it's been great to see a championship threat emerge, and I think it gives us all something to be excited about. I'm enjoying watching it myself.
All right, thank you. Next.
Luke Smith from The Athletic. Jonathan, another one for you. Just your thoughts on Gabriel's rookie season. I know you've worked with a lot of young drivers in your time in Formula One, but how impressive has he been, and particularly as with Nico as a benchmark, to get so close to him so quickly?
I think it's the maturity that I've been the most, let's say, surprised by. When you consider his age, the way he handles things, the frustration, the natural things you would imagine from a driver in his first season, he handles them with such maturity. I've talked before about his work ethic. I mean, if he can be in the simulator, he's in the simulator. If he can be on a simulator, he's on a simulator. And I think on top of that, the way he's knitting his engineering team around him, the way they're working together is hugely encouraging as well. And I think the final piece in the puzzle for me is when he's at a tricky circuit, he builds up to it. Monaco, he built up to it. His only contact in the barrier was in the race, Same in Baku, same in Singapore. He just has such a mature approach in the way that he builds up. So look, I'm hugely encouraged by his performance so far.
Thanks for that. Next, can't quite see. Who's that? Oh.
Ronald Fording, motorsport.com. It's not one to Jonathan. This week, Laurent Mekies said that based on his first months in Red Bull, he's even more impressed with what Max is doing outside the car than inside. So pushing the technical department, pushing the whole team. Based on your experience in that team, is that something you witnessed as well? And is that a role that you've seen Max growing in over the years?
I mean, yeah, I was lucky to work with Max from a very young age, and I really, really enjoyed working with him, that relationship, the whole journey, watching him mature. And it seems weird talking about it, because he's the whole deal now. He's a fully rounded world champion, extraordinary talent. Of course, he's knitting his team around him. Where he thinks there's performance, that's what he's looking for. He's seeking it out all the time. And, he's a force of nature. But that team as well, around Max is established, well known. As I said, said, strength and depth in the organisation, and clearly what they're doing is they're working very well together. And on a personal level, I'm really pleased for Laurent as well. He's a good friend of mine, and it's nice to see him in this purple patch at Red Bull.
Thank you.
The race is celebrating the 10th anniversary of the race. Which is your favorite moment in the track or your best moment in the city, and which will be your worst moment for the three of you?
All three? Okay. Io, why don't we start with you?
Sorry, I didn't quite understand the question.
Just the question is, best bits about the track and the city. And
whatever, in the track or in the city, your best moment in Mexico.
okay, best moment in Mexico from each of you, please.
I know we always enjoy coming here. Actually, like as a team, we have a very good social here. We collaborating with like basketball teams, football teams. So like last night, most of the guys are playing football in like 35,000 seater stadium, and the whole experience is amazing. The people, you know, even the drivers, bodyguards, etc. They all really friendly people. So whole experience is we really enjoy it. And then going through the stadium section with such a passionate crowd, it's pretty something.
My best moment, I would say the podium last year when we won with Carlos, with the fans in the stadium. It's something special. The worst, for sure, from far, is the traffic.
I would just say I absolutely love this race. I was lucky enough to have been here in the early 1990s as well. Some things never changed. The passion, the energy of the Mexican fans has not changed one bit in that time. I love the development of the circuit. There's this stadium complex at the end of it, this real Colosseum feeling when you're in there. To win this race, I've been lucky to do that. Maybe a couple of times. It was fantastic, absolutely incredible energy. And then you've got this incredible city with beautiful buildings, architecture, great food. I look forward to this race every year.